All right, what's up, everyone? I am finally back at my desk and looking forward to getting back to trading after traveling for the past couple of weeks. Now, before I jump into some charts, a couple things I want to go over. First, earnings season kicks off this week. We've got banks starting to report on Tuesday morning, and then we have Netflix on Thursday for the first big tech name. So, should be planning to do this week and over the coming weeks. Another thing I want to point out is the SIBO is looking to allow options to start trading in the pre-market for certain names. This was supposed to be tomorrow, July 13th, but it's been delayed now to August 17th, pending regulatory approval. So this is pretty cool. We'll be able to trade options starting, it looks like at 7:30, 7:15. It looks like they'll be queuing orders. Market makers be getting their books ready. 7:30 start to trade. Be able to trade till 9:25, and then there'll be a 5-minute lull before the open where you'll be able to trade from 9:30 to 4 like normal. And then it looks like you'll be able to trade all the way up to actually 4:15, similar to what you can do with the indices, which will be nice. Maybe be able to trade some of these names for earnings now with options, which will be pretty fun. So these are the names they'll be looking to add. You got Apple, AMD, Amazon, AVGO, BABA, BAC, Google, Hood, INTC, Meta, Microsoft, MU, Netflix, Nokia, Nvidia, Oracle, Pfizer, PLTR, Tesla, and TSM. So a handful of names that they'll be adding. So we'll have to keep that rate on our radar. August 17th, we'll be able to trade pre-market and a little bit in the after hours. So pretty cool. Hopefully that gets approved. We'll see how that plays out. Lastly, before jumping into some charts, we are hosting a free open house this week, actually for the next 2 weeks. So if you want to come in and check out the room and the great community we have for the next couple of weeks and trade alongside us, I'll provide a link in the description below, along with the password you'll need to sign in. All right, so let's get started. Q's been trading very well. We've had the huge rally over the last couple of months from April to June, and coming into the summertime, we've put in a really nice consolidation sideways action, very healthy action after a big rally like this. Markets needed to cool off, needed to see some action like this. So now, with earnings season coming up, we've been kind of tighter on the daily here in this tighter range, basically between 740 and 700. Ideally, we'll trade a little bit tighter coming into the bigger names, and then we'll see if we can break out either way. The Qs have defended this 700 area very well, so we'll see if they can continue to do that over the coming weeks. But very good action. Nothing wrong with this. Some nice, healthy sideways action in the indices. Now, while I was gone, I only took a handful of trades. I wasn't very aggressive. Didn't want to be too, I didn't want to be too involved with the market, so I was trying to enjoy my time away. The ones that I did trade was HEMS was one of them. It's just a really nice chart here. Came in, put in a really defined trend line, had some really tight inside days just below it before we broke out, and had a nice close above the breakout line on an uptick of volume, and had a nice sequence after the breakout, a nice 4-day sequence where I was selling some into, and then I held a trailer and stopped out on this day. I was being a little bit more defensive while I was away and traveling, was not always able to watch the markets. So I took it off when it started to sell off on this day, ended up bouncing back and had been a nice, second leg here, and has been trading sideways. So I'll keep it on my radar. Really nice clean look here. I think this could continue higher over the coming weeks, but I want to see if this can give us another setup to get back involved with. So I'll keep watching this this week. That was HEMS. Another one that I got involved with was Netflix. I was buying into this oversold move here, and we had a nice pop back above the moving averages, and then we pulled back towards the end of last week, and it's sitting right at my cost basis right now. We'll see where it opens tomorrow, and like I was saying earlier, we report on Thursday. So depending on where we are, I might hold through earnings. If we break below this pivot here around 71-ish, I'll probably cut it and then reevaluate, see what it does after earnings. If we get a bounce and a nice run into earnings, I may just hedge with some options and hold the position and then see where it goes from there. But yeah, it was a nice bounce. I did sell some into this pop, and then I added, I think, on the back test of this, the 10-day here, and then we kind of got a little bit weaker. So we'll see how this plays out as we come into earnings on Thursday. So that's Netflix. Another one I traded was this SO. Really big base here. So we had a nice push higher, and we've been flagging for a few months now. And you can see we had came up and tested the trend line again here. We had basically 1, 2, 3 times that. Now we tested the trend line, put it in a higher low here, and got nice and tight just below it before popping up. So I bought it on this day, and I sold some into this move. And then I think I stopped out on this day. I definitely didn't hold into the leg. It was either this day or this day. Like I was saying, I was being a bit more defensive. Normally I would have held on to this because really it didn't do anything wrong. It didn't even break the lows of the breakout day. And then we got a nice pop afterwards. Not the cleanest breakout after we, broke out over the trend line. We made one leg and it's kind of been sideways and choppy. So I'll keep it on watch. I have it on my watch list, but this has just been, when you see these break out, especially after putting a base in like this for months, ideally you'll see some cleaner action and a stronger move. And this is more summertime trading right now. So we got a breakout and then it kind of chopped around, shaded sideways, and that's fine. Take what you can get right now. And especially after the market having such a big move, and the market's in a sideways action itself. So it's hard to expect really big moves right now in some of these names. So that was SO. Riot was a failed breakout. I took that through here on this day, popped through, broke through 30 and then failed, stopped out. And it was a good stop out because obviously we got smoked, towards the end of June. That guy rolled over really hard. So always good to have in your stops, and especially when you get a failed breakout. This is not what you want to see when you're playing a momentum setup. And when they break out, they should go and not look back. All right. And this one broke out, failed to hold the breakout, and then came in lower. So good stop out on that one. A couple names I missed. GH was a really good one. Nice pop here on some volume, tight sideways actions for almost a month here before breaking out. Had a nice defined trend line, basically a flat top breakout. And this one really broke out and kept moving, had a nice 4-day sequence, consolidation, then a gap day, and now we're trading a little bit sideways. So that was a really nice move, caught that I would have liked to catch, but I missed it. Obviously, it wasn't able to pay attention every day, but that ended up being a good one. Another one I missed was Reddit. This one was a little bit trickier. I was watching it in here. I was looking for the breakout through 182, and we had a little deeper pullback before bouncing really hard and then having the big breakout day after that bounce. And I just wasn't paying attention to it enough, and it broke through this level and had a huge move and is now kind of accepting these higher prices and consolidating a little sideways action here. So I'm going to keep an eye on it. I still like this name. I think we can get another bounce out of it. So I'll keep an eye on this over the next week or two. See if we can get a nice tight breakout again. So those are the two that I missed that I wish I would have been involved with. And then as far as this week goes, I think Ethereum's setting up well here. Really beat down, had this huge down move, flagged for a few months, broke out of it, had this capitulatory waterfall look. And then we put in a higher low here and bounce back, kind of test this resistance area here. And we're getting really tight under this trend line. So I think it looks really good. 1830 is the level I'm going to be watching. If that starts to punch through this week and is able to hold, I'll take some long and see what it can do from there. So Ethereum is going to be on my radar. DDOG's on my radar as well. This is kind of a big move. Post earnings, accelerated a ton. Would have been a good reversal play on this pullback here. I like seeing an extended move, and then you start getting these really wide range days that usually leads to some kind of topping action. But now we recovered, and we're getting a lot of consolidation and tightness inside days right below this big pivot 278.71. So in the consolidation here, the level I'm watching is 271.50s. That starts to push through there on volume and can hold. I could see us testing these highs here real quick. So I'll be watching that, and if it really wants to go, it could easily break through, get through 280 and open up, maybe make a run up to 300. Ideally, I'd like to see a little bit more sideways, maybe 2 or 3 inside days, and then get the breakout. But we'll see what happens. I got it on my watch list, got my alerts set out, and see if this wants to get going at some time this week. Another one, CROX, was a name I liked. I missed it on Friday. I was traveling, and it started to break out and closed. I'm not going to chase this higher after the breakout. What I would like to see is maybe a pullback and back test this 130 area that it broke out from, and then see if it can hold it for a buy, and then see if this wants to continue higher. But I do like this chart. Nice move here, pullback, nice another leg, second leg, and now we've had a lot of sideways action, and basically accepting the higher prices is what this is telling you here. And now we're starting to move higher, but just an orderly chart, which is what I really like. Clean leg, pullback, clean leg, sideways action. So we'll see if we can get a third leg out of this. Like it, looks good. Nice little uptick in volume too on the breakout through 130. SpaceX has gotten, it's kind of coming back to reality now. If we get closer to the IPO level, I may look, especially if it's like an accelerated move, like over the next day or two, and we get a sharp move into the IPO price, I may look to try and bounce this. Maybe try buying some at 135, and then maybe even look at selling some puts further out. So if it does cascade lower, I could buy some shares at a lower price, and if it bounces before then I'll just collect the premium. So that's something I'll be watching on SpaceX. Definitely will be a big level 135, and got my alerts out in case it does want to see those levels. So SpaceX will be on my radar. Last name that's kind of interesting is this Roblox. It's one of these names that's been beat down for a long time, and we're starting to see a little bit of life in it. We came down, gap down on earnings here, consolidated for a couple months now, and now we're starting to pop back up and test these consolidation levels. And we've had basically a week of inside action tightness. That's holding the 10-day, holding these pivots from before. You can see it tested. This is the, let's see, it's like this 5260 area is very important, and it broke above it this day, came back and tested it twice now, and it's held. So I like it. Like to see a couple more days, but if this starts to go basically above 58, like 30s, let's call it, and can hold above, I would try this long for a momentum swing long. Maybe see if it can punch through 60 and kind of come up and test this 64-ish area. So it's a decent setup. This would probably be something I would put on a little bit less risk, just not a name that's super in favor right now. But I do like the chart setup, and will be something I will be watching this week. All right, so that's basically all I got right now. Obviously, I'll wake up tomorrow, see what the news is kicking out, see if anything else is looking good, and I'll let you know in the room if there's any other names that pop up on my watch list. Alrighty, so I hope you guys had a good weekend, and look forward to seeing you all in the room tomorrow. Take care.